I'm Hilary, a mom in Oklahoma.
And I'm Hannah, a stay-at-home mom in Texas.
And this is episode 91 of the Don't You To Read podcast. Hey guys, so we're glad you're here. So today we're going to be talking about rereads and basically all about it. So I'm excited to get into that. But first, Hannah, how has your reading been this week?
I would say it's been going up. It's been improving. We started low with a lot of DNFs last week, and things have been rolling, which is good.
Yeah, I finally finished the last Harry Potter book, and I'm now on Deathly Hallows. Hallows? Do you say hollow or hallow?
I say hollow, which that's not how it's spelled.
I think in my brain I was thinking hollow, but then as I was saying it, I'm like,
It's
yeah.
Hallows, the Deathly Hallows.
Yeah. It's funny how in my brain I pronounce it one way, and then I was saying it, I was like, I don't know. But anyway, this will be the last time you guys probably hear me say this for now.
For now. Are you reading anything else?
Not really. I'm skipping around. I've been looking for a book to read like at night just because I'll be honest, Harry Potter keeps me awake because it's been so exciting lately. But nothing right now. I downloaded because it was on the Skip a Line. What is it called? Not the one you sent me, but the mashup book by Laura Marie Meyers. I downloaded it because it was the Skip a Line on my library's Libby. And I was like, that one looked really cute. And I heard someone on YouTube talking about it recently. She hadn't read it either. It was on her TBR. But it was there and I was like, well, that looks cute. I just downloaded it. And then turns out it was an EPUB or EDUB or what I don't know. You know, like those files that you can only have on your phone.
Oh, yeah. Trash.
Yeah. So it was like read now. I'm like, oh no. So it's not bad. So that might be good whenever I'm feeding the baby. Like sometimes she's crying so much I don't have time to grab my Kindle. So, it might be good in those. I don't know. I think it's a rom-com though, so we'll see.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a happy balance to Harry Potter 7. So I officially started Harry Potter 7. So excited. And then I am also reading Autumn at the Cat Cafe by Kathleen Fuller. This comes out in August. I'm viewing this as like a task, which is, I don't know. It's unfortunate when an arc feels that way. I'm not loving it. I'm in the middle of it.
They always feel like that to me, like a to-do.
Every now and then I hit one that I love. Like think of When Dealing with Dragons. Oh my goodness, loved it. I took a chance and I won, okay? And so then that's what I envision every time that I read the description and I'm like, "Oh, that sounds so good." And then most of the time it's a trap and I'm sorry. It's unfortunate for us all.
Yeah, arcs and we do not have a good relationship. Have we done an episode on that yet
I
or
was
no?
wondering this. I feel like
I don't think so.
we've talked a lot about arcs here and there, but I don't know that we've done an episode about it.
I don't think we have. I struggle, guys. But yeah, I'd be willing to talk about it. I think I almost would like to have someone else here to talk about it because I'm like, I suck at them. That's it. So, so yeah, that's it. I have feelings though about almost being done with Harry Potter. I mean, I'm not almost done with the book. I'm like a quarter of the way through the book, but the way I'm going through it, I feel like I'm going to finish pretty quickly. And I have feelings that
What feelings do you have?
I feel sad, like that it's almost over.
I know, I do too.
I told Taylor, I was like, this has become my entire personality, all of it. Like, and it's the third time I've read it.
Are you gonna watch them? Do you have plans to watch them after?
Yeah, I was gonna text you that we should watch them, which I know you've seen them 100 times, but I want to do that finally, rewatch them all. And then I don't know, it's funny because I've been looking at the Lego kits and I'm like, this has
Yeah,
become my whole personality all over again.
I support it. I do want to watch the movies. I've watched 1, 2, and 3 so many times.
Oh, and the show.
Oh yeah, that'll be coming soon. Yeah, we need to do an episode about that whenever we eventually like I know we talk about books, but I feel like we need to do however many episodes about the show. And they can be like a side project
Yeah.
and you can either get on the ride or not. But
I'm like, for our Patreon, I'm
I
just
know.
kidding. Everyone's like, we'll pay you to not talk about this.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. And I wasn't excited, but now I kind of am because I'm like, I just miss this world so much. So I miss it and I'm not even out.
I feel like that too. I do want to read The Keepers, the city, whatever that series that Susie
Yes.
keeps telling me to read.
Yes.
What is that? Keeper of the Lost Cities? Is that what
I
it
think
is?
so.
I do plan to start that after this. So I want to watch the Harry Potter movies, kind of get that, closure. And then, yes, the HBO, we have that coming in December. But I do want to read The Keepers of the Lost City because she says it's similar. She says that if you like Harry Potter, she feels strongly that you would like this series. And so I'm like, okay, I want to try it. But I was waiting until I don't want to do it while I'm reading Harry Potter. So I want to try it
Mhm.
after. It sounds like a nice project. I think there's like 12 books. I don't know, something crazy. But I'm
Mhm.
ready.
Yeah, we'll see, Susie. We'll see.
It's a lot of pressure.
I know. Well, we said we would do an episode about this. We haven't yet about like comps, whenever
Mhm. Mhm. I'm
and
angry. Wait. The book that I just finished. I finished a book today. It said For Lovers of Divine Rivals and Heartless Hunter.
no, see.
And let me tell you what. No. I should have known. I should not have gotten on the ride.
Yep, it's a popular
Mm-mm.
thing right now, so I have thoughts. But anyway, I okay, I'm Susie's comp is different though. I'm talking about like publishing comps. Well, I trust Susie more than like just the random person.
Yes. No, this is no shade to Susie. I'm like, sorry, Susie. My wrath is about someone else.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about rereads. Okay, so my first question would have been, do you reread? I know the answer is yes, so let's just skip past that one.
I don't understand people who don't.
A lot of people
I
don't.
know people don't. Do you not rewatch movies? I have a lot of questions. So when do you reread? Where do you want to start?
Yeah, so I do reread books. How often? I don't have the stat on that. I think that'd be really hard
Mm-hmm.
to figure out. I wouldn't say I do it extremely often, but I would say I do it regularly, like yearly. Every year, there are books that I reread from the previous year. So, yeah, so I do that. When do I do it? I think I do it. Honestly, I feel like I do it in times of stress mainly. I find that I do
Mm.
that. And that's usually what I seek for like comfort. So whenever I feel like a lot of people are that I hear a lot of people say like, "Oh, I'm stressed, so I need a cozy mystery or I need a romance or whatever it is." But for me, a reread feels like in times of stress, I often feel like that and I don't know why if it's similar probably to why like people say I've heard people say this and I have not researched it myself, but that like rewatching things like Friends or The Office or whatever show like you've seen 100 times, or like Hallmark movies where you may have not seen that one, but if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Where like
Mm-hmm.
what's gonna happen, they're gonna end up together. It's very comforting and soothing to your brain because it's like a pattern that
Mm-hmm.
and it's predictable, and maybe a season that's not predictable.
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't have that in my notes, but I do feel like that is true for me.
Yeah, for example, right now. So we started our Harry Potter reread last year. Oh, I guess when start of term, right? It would have been so like in September.
Mm-hmm.
I was pregnant already, and so it just makes sense. Like throughout my pregnancy, and then now with the newborn was my reread of the whole series, and so it makes sense that that was like one of the most tumultuous times of my life recently, and that I was like, that's what I'm really looking for is like this. I know what's going to happen. And what's funny is I know it's going to happen, but I was still surprised by so many things in this reread of Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. When you reread a book, do you count it for
I
your
do.
for your
Yes.
yearly? And I was thinking when you were saying that, because I also would count it. First of all, I don't count my books. That is my pet peeve in the bookish community. And I'm sorry, if you count your books, most people do. It's just me. I don't like it because I think it creates this culture of you get all these rules.
Hmm.
Or you're like, oh, I gotta finish. Give me novella recommendations. I gotta finish 10. before the week. And it's like, I,
Mm-hmm.
it just emphasizes this quantity over quality. I don't like it. I feel like reading for me is supposed to be fun. And so, of course, I put that on everybody else. I'm like, why are you doing that? That's not fun. But I guess maybe some people think it's fun. Um, but anyway, so I do think that you should count it. And like you were saying, I feel like even when you reread a book, you're experiencing it in a whole new way. Oftentimes, like your perspective sometimes changes.
Yes.
And for me, it does big time.
Well, like when we read Twilight, when we read it first, it was like as a
Teenager.
16-year-old or whatever, like Bella's age. And then rereading it, I'm like Charlie's age, and that the perspective is completely different.
Right. And Harry Potter, reading it now,
We're like the Mrs. Weasley.
100%. The first time I read it, I was not even a kid. The first time I read it, I had just gotten married. Well, I could say a kid.
Yeah.
20 years old. And
But no
yeah,
kids. Like,
no kids, very new, fresh adult and fresh in life's problems. I hadn't really experienced too much trauma, some, but I would not say much. And so reading it now in my 30s where I have experienced a lot more out of life, I do see it. The whole series and the characters, I have so many different opinions that I didn't have then. And so certain things have hit me differently. So I feel like, yes, I'm going to count it as a book for the year. I mean, like,
a lot of people don't, and I mean that's okay. Like you said, you can do whatever you want. It is weird to me, especially for me, like if I read 4 books this month, right? And I'm like, well, I read nothing, even though I read like 4 of the Harry Potter books. Like,
yeah. And if you do it, I want a full explanation.
yeah, why?
I want to know why. It's just new content, I guess, but why? Like, where does this idea come from?
Yeah.
Who started it?
Well, it's just interesting. Like you said, if you want to do that, that's cool. But why? Why do you do that? So why did you say when you decide you want to reread a book?
Um, I mean, I think I agree with you. I think for like when I'm in a book funk,
Yeah, like nothing's working.
nothing's working, or if I just have no idea, like nothing sounds right, I don't know what I want to start, or like nothing that I want to read is available right now. I'm on a wait line or something. I don't know. And I'll go back to reread. But there are some during specific time of year. So, example, A Christmas Carol. We read that every
Yeah.
year, starting after Thanksgiving onwards to Christmas.
Oh, I know I have a good one for that. Time of year. I read Pumpkinheads.
Yes, I have that on my list too.
I've read that like 4 years in a row.
So yes, so that's another seasonal read. And then and Harry Potter, obviously, that's one that I do typically read around September 1st.
Do you think you will this year?
No, with the timing of the ending of this, no, I don't think so. Because normally I only read the first one and
Uh-huh.
I don't normally reread them all. So I don't know. But I do like to read that book a lot. I've read it many times. Okay, but here's a question because I have some thoughts. But what type of books do you feel like you reread? Is it only books that have like a happy or like stress-free feeling for you, or do you
No.
reread like heavy
I mean, Harry Potter to me, the
books?
first one doesn't really feel like that, but the rest of them have felt pretty heavy.
And you've read them many times?
Yeah, this is the third time I've gone through the whole series. I'm trying to think of like which books I constantly I've reread so many books, but several times, like I said, Pumpkinhead. So yes, that's happy. Like there's nothing upsetting about that one. I reread all the ACOTAR books
Mm-hmm.
Once Upon a Time Forever Ago. And the Crescent City ones, I think I reread all those. I'm trying to think. There's other fantasy ones that I have reread also. But books that are like they feel like and Harry Potter's like that too, like it very deep in like
Yeah.
I don't know, like magic and systems and characters and a lot of world. I don't know. I like that.
We were talking about when we reread a book. Years ago, I used to reread, I think, a lot more for book series that were ongoing, and I would reread
Oh, yes, to catch up.
all the time. Yeah, so like I'd read book one, and then the next year book two comes out. I would reread book one, and then read book two, and then the
Hmm.
next year book three comes out, and then I would reread all of them. So like I used to do that a lot, and I don't do that anymore. Like I would say very rarely, which is nice. I'm happy with that life change. I don't mind. But I was thinking about the types of books I reread because like, it's not that I only reread happy books, But I do think I only reread books that gave me some type of like joy of reading or like the wonder of reading that we talk about, where you read a book and you're like, wow, like I don't want to put it
Yes.
down. I am so excited to pick it up at night. I'm thinking about it when I'm not,
Hmm.
like all those things. So like it's not necessarily a happy book, but I do feel like for me personally, I don't find myself rereading books that cause me extreme stress. Like stress in a bad way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like
Mine.
Manacled, like I
Yes.
loved that book a lot. I don't think I'll read that one again at all. It was it was really well written. I just don't think I'm gonna reread it. And then even Alchemized, which is out, I don't think I'm gonna read that either. I think once was enough for me with that one. Draco Malfoy, that one you love. I would reread that one again, I think. Maybe I'll do that after this
You
reread.
should. I reread that one and I loved it probably more than the first time.
Yeah. It just depends. But no, I don't think super happy books because like rom-coms, very rarely do I go back and read any of those again. For me.
Yeah,
You do though, right?
I do, but it is rare. I think it is like the best of the best for me. And it's normally for those years. I know Leah Brunner, her Desire or Defense. I love that book so much,
Hmm.
and I have reread it, but it's like every few years. Or if I have a friend who's going to read a book for the first time and I loved it so much, then I would be like, "Oh, I'll read it with you." So there are some situations like that. I do agree. Typically with strictly romances as the main plot, I don't feel as much of a desire.
Unless it's something like different that I was like,
Christmas ones
wow.
I do.
Hmm.
I do want to. Like, there's a Courtney Walsh Christmas book. I want to reread it because I keep thinking about it. And I'm like, I haven't reread it.
Which one?
The Cross Country Christmas.
Uh-huh. That's the first one I read of her.
I loved it so much. And I'm like, well, what if I don't love it a second time?
I have felt like that a lot
It's so
with a lot of
dumb.
books that I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I'd
I
like it as
know.
much. Do you end up liking the books the same? Or do you reread things sometimes and you're like, I don't know why I like that.
The only time I have felt maybe like that, where it was less than the first time, was probably Twilight. I still loved it, but as an adult reading it, the whole time I was like, wow, yeah, this is trash. Like, I love it, but is it great? No. Like, if people criticize it, I'm like, yep, uh-huh, yeah, I hear you. But I
Yeah,
had a good time.
that's why that book was not on that list.
But everything else that I've reread, like Harry Potter, Hunger Games, trying to think of like what else. Heartless Hunter, other books like that, they stood. They still maintained their status for me even after time separated it.
One book that did not for me, I had mixed feelings, was Blink by Ted Dekker. I have read that
Mm.
many, many times, actually, like three, four, I don't know, a lot. I own it. I don't even know where I got it from. I've had it forever. Um, they redid the book. And so if you download the Kindle version, it's not going to be the printed version of the book. And that was tough for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like reading the rewritten version. Um, I had a lot of mixed opinions for the author. I had a lot of ideas. A lot, I don't know. I don't know. It was a little upsetting to me to see how works of art could be altered and then published, and you could have no idea if you're not paying attention. So that was the first time that has happened to me
Yeah.
recently that I didn't like it.
And that makes it hard too if you read a book and then you recommend it and it's like, well, you don't recommend it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, forget it. Like and from what I could tell, you couldn't even get
The old
the
one.
old one anymore. Yeah.
That's
So I'm
crazy.
like, well, never mind. I think I didn't even bring it up anymore, like to on Instagram or anything. I was like, I'm just not even gonna go there. It was very disappointing. Okay. When will you not reread a book? I guess like you said, if it doesn't not memorable or does it
Yeah,
have to be a 5 star?
I don't think it has to be a 5 star. But when I'm thinking of the books that I have reread, I would say they are all 4 stars or above. Like
Yeah.
example, there's not a 2-star book that I'm looking back and thinking, oh, I want to reread that. Or like even a 3-star. It's like,
Yeah,
no.
I've heard some people say that though. I did. So that's when I did the Abby Jimenez book, Part of Your World.
Oh yeah, you reread that.
I did reread it because the reason is I read it whenever I had COVID. So that was the first time I had COVID. So this was quite a while ago. And I was like, oh, I hate this book. Like, I hate it so much. Like, very, very strong feelings. And that was the last time I got an arc from Abby Jimenez. Womp womp.
But when you reread it, how did you feel about it?
I think I gave it 2 stars the first time. When I reread it, I think I gave it 3 stars.
Mm,
So nothing
yeah.
groundbreaking. I was like, I don't hate it as much as I did. Like, I wasn't like passionately hating it, but
Yeah.
I still ended like I didn't really love it. And I still felt very similarly. So this last time I had the flu recently, like a few months ago, I finished that book by Gabriel Meyer. I forget one of the time series books with the
Yes.
guy. And it took me forever to get through it because I kept like just I was sick and I didn't love it either. And I was like, no, we're not going to go back and reread this. Like, I'm just going to trust my gut that it wasn't for me. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, and like there are books that I can think of that I read during certain times of my life that were really bad hospitalizations,
Hmm.
and I didn't love the books. And I have wondered, I'm sure that the things I was going through affected the reading experience, but also fine with that and I just leave it there. I don't feel the need for me to go back and be like, let me try this again. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I do recommend it though. Like, I know some people don't reread ever. I hear people like that too. I hear a lot of things about rereading. A lot of people don't do it at all.
I've seen a lot of people say they don't, and I've seen a lot of people say they don't because they don't have time to reread because there's just endless amounts of books for them to get to. But again, I sometimes feel like the magic of reading gets lost in the rush of bookstagram that I just feel like if you want to reread a book but you feel like people don't want to see it, read it anyway, please, because you will not regret it.
You know who says to reread? It came into my brain as you were talking.
Who?
Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yeah, you've read that before, that old
He's like,
man.
you've read it twice. And she goes, I love it. It has daring princes or whatever,
Yes.
and a prince in disguise.
Yes. We need to see more old books, old. And I say old, not even old, just like not books that are coming out tomorrow. It'd be fine.
Yeah. But it's also like, I think that's part of it too. And like the love of books and like just to be the point, like for Belle in that time before, really honestly, before we had the Kindles and technology, that's how
Mm-hmm.
you kind of had to live. Like I said, with my copies, like whatever books I had, you bought them like at thrift stores or Walmart. Like you didn't
Yeah.
have a ton of independent bookstores and you didn't have Instagram or anything. So you kind of like what you owned was what you owned. I reread my books like as a kid
Mm-hmm.
in the past, like Belle. That's like what you owned is what you owned. Like some people are like, all I own is my Bible and, like this copy of Pride and Prejudice or this copy of whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
they just reread it over and over. That was just kind of, and if you hadn't knew someone, you could borrow their book, but that's kind of, I don't know. I feel like it's part of the love of reading and
Yeah.
books. So if you don't do it, I recommend doing it. I would start rereading something that you really absolutely loved a long time ago. Or even as a teenager, something that you loved as a teenager. Like just read one of them and then see what you think. And even if you hate it, it's just kind of funny. It's a fun experience. That's kind of it. I want to know, like, people that are listening, I'm curious what your habits are. Like, do you reread often or do you feel like, are you in the team? I don't have time for this. I have so many things I want to read. I can't get to it. Or maybe in the middle. Like, I don't know. I don't know where we got this, like where we're adamant rereaders. So I don't know.
I think I just like the freedom to do whatever you want to do. And I don't like limitations on my reading. It really frustrates me, probably because I'm so controlled in all other areas of my life. But yes, I do respect everybody does have a different way that they like to read. So it's fine. It's okay if you don't see it the same way.
I was gonna ask, that's the last thing, sorry, that I was gonna ask. How long between books, like reading it, would you reread it? Like, how soon is too soon?
I mean, this is a hard question because in a typical fashion, I would reread probably a year, but I do have exceptions like whenever I alpha or beta read, if I really love it and I really want to see the final copy, that's normally like a 6-month turnaround, maybe less. So it's a smaller gap there, but most of the time, like a year, I would say.
Okay, I was gonna tell you. One, I've heard people that they reread a book immediately after they read it because they're like, it was so amazing. I just started it again. I'm like, that's impressive. I don't know that I could do it that fast. But second, I do have a reread planned. I forgot to tell you this. I plan to reread Project Hail Mary
Oh,
only because my daughter watched it with me and she absolutely loved it. The one who doesn't read that much. And
that's crazy.
she's been bothering me for days. Mom, I want to read this book. I want to read it. I want to read this
What?
book. And I've been like, it's for adults. I mean, it's not inappropriate, but I'm like, it's for adults. I don't, and then I'm like, well, what's wrong with me? Like my kids wanting to read. And I'm like, no, that one, it's too smart for you. No. And so, and you guys know who've listened. I'm like, I was just like, meh about this book. But she's like been so adamant. I want to read it, Mom. I want to read it. I just, whatever. How much money does it cost? I'm like, I don't know, like $15. Oh, and I'm like, oh, forget it. So I bought it.
What? Oh my
I bought it
goodness.
and I told her I would reread it. I would read it with her or to her. We would do like
We
time
need
read this
we need weekly updates because this is like a I
It's
don't know.
destined for disaster,
I
probably, but but yeah, I was like, I forgot. I almost was not gonna mention that, but
So
yeah.
is this what you're excited for?
No, I'm not excited. I don't. I try to discourage her from reading this, and then I was like, that's dumb. Like, I feel like if unless it's like inappropriate or something, you should let your kids read what they want to. And I'm like, okay, like this is a sacrifice of parenting. Um, I'm excited. Several things. I'm excited to finish Harry Potter, and then I kind of feel like the world is my oyster again. I don't know. I already said I wanted to read The Fur Traders Lady, the mashup. Devin Daniels has a new book out. I'm waiting for the Kindle version to become available in my library, but she marketed that book really well. And so I'm really curious to try it. I think it's called like The Star-Crossed Summer, but she's really enjoyable to follow if you guys don't. She's an author, but anyway, what about you?
I am really excited to finally be reading Harry Potter, the last book, and then I got a faux love story by Lonely from the
Oh
library.
yeah.
And this one is always gone from the library. Like I don't have an ebook option. It's not anywhere for me to read it on ebook. No audio. So like the physical copy is the only option and it is always backed up on hold. So I finally got it and I feel like I need to try to fit it in before it goes back to the library because by the time I get it back it will be another few months. So I'm excited. I want to try to read it. It's a YA romance and it's rivals. It's cute. We've talked about it many times. I really like it. So I want to try to reread it. But that's pretty much it.
I was looking to see if this lady has a an Instagram. But she's an editor, so she kind of it looks like she wrote two books and that's it.
Dipped out. Yes, yes, yes. She has another one, and I was curious about the other one because it also is Vietnamese Americans. I mean, it has a low average, but the faux love story has a low average too. So it doesn't mean much to me. You never know. So
Yeah. I'm excited to hear if you like it as much the second time. Yeah, so guys, thank you for following us. Thank you for sticking around. We really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind, would you please follow us
on Spotify, you can follow us.
on Apple? I just found out you could do this. If you could give us a 5-star rating, and on the review part, tell us a suggestion of what we should do an episode about. And we'll probably do it because, we're always looking for ideas, especially like if we haven't done it before. So let us know what you want us to talk about next.
And if we have talked about it before, we're almost at 100 episodes, so I'm happy to do a repeat.
Yeah, we've probably changed our mind. Yeah. So, okay, yeah. And you can follow me at Hilary Reads.
And I'm at Hannah Reads.
And our podcast is at Don't Need to Read Podcast. We have had new followers. So, hi. Thank you guys for trying us out. We'll try not to lose you. So, yeah, come talk to us.
Okay. Bye.